Welcome to Office Hours at TradersPost for January 27th, 2026. I'm your host, Hartman, part of the marketing team here at TradersPost, alongside Christensen, co-founder and CSO. We're always working to make TradersPost better day in, day out. Each week, we take a deep dive into all things TradersPost, answering your questions, gathering your feedback, and helping you get the most best advanced trade execution engine available. To that end, I encourage you to submit your questions in the chat. We'll get to them at the end of the stream. Today's stream is brought to you by BluSky, the best-in-class. Tom says my audio is echoing, and I will be damned if my audio is echoing while I'm talking about the great BluSky. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Today's stream is brought to you by BluSky, the best-in-class prop firm that offers same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. But we'll tell you more about them later. First, a little housekeeping. And today we got a doozy for housekeeping here. Beta testers for TradersPost Command Pad. What's the TradersPost Command Pad? I have no idea. What's a TradersPost Command Pad?
Well, for the longest time, we've had a platform that was designed to help automated traders. That's really where we got our start. But as time has gone on, we've been supporting more and more prop firm traders, some of which use automated systems, and they connect their alerts from TradingView, send them through TradersPost, and then either copy trade or send it through one prop firm account. But as time has gone on, we've also noticed that there's a whole other crowd of discretionary traders that just wants a professional way to get in and out of positions while watching the TradingView charts or watching their Tradovate charts. Anywhere where they like to trade, we have the portability of the command pad where you can get in and out of positions with ease, being able to buy long and then exit the position, or sell short and exit the position, add to your position, set up a trailing stop, set up a stop market order, whatever your order type is, limit order, market order, trailing limit, trailing stop, whatever you prefer, will have the ability for you to now do this from this pad, this command pad, and you set it up on a per strategy basis. You can have different strategies set up here, but the idea is to support more of the discretionary traders that are looking for an easier way to manage their positions. So when you're ready, I can show a demo of this, but that's the highlight is a professional trading keypad for getting in and out of TradersPost positions.
Awesome. Just before we do the demo, getting in and out of positions, that's great. I liked when you talked about the speed of execution,
Right.
which is this really takes you there. I started my trading journey this week or last week. I can't remember what it was, and my very first thought when I got into the dashboard of the prop firm account I was using is, hey, how do I set up the take profit and the stop loss, and where are all the buttons, and where is it? I've learned so much from TradersPost, but I didn't know where the buttons were, and there they are in the command pad. So let's take a look at that.
Let's do
Whenever
it.
you're ready.
Yeah, why don't I set up a really simple demo here of multiple order types, and we can just add to a position in multiple ways. And then I can either get out of half the position or get out of the whole thing. So I've got some buttons here to show different ways in which you can put on a trade at TradersPost. One of the things right off the bat is that I've defined the ticker that I want to trade. I'm leaving quantity blank because the strategy subscription settings have defined my position size for me, but I could have 5 or 10 micros if I want to here. I have the market price coming in from Tradovate, and I could start with a market order just to get going here. And we'll add a take profit and a stop loss to it. So I'll do 20 points on either side, and I'll go ahead and just sell short from here, and that'll get our position started here with our Tradovate demo account. So let's say I want to add to this position, but only if it pulls back just a little bit here up to 89.25. I can just copy this price. We'll make a limit order with another take profit and stop loss. I'll turn off cancellation of orders so it doesn't cancel my open take and stop. And I'll go ahead and sell short again. That's going to create a resting order with the broker, as you can see here, to sell if it comes up just a little bit further. Well, let's say I don't want to miss out on the opportunity. So I'll copy this price down here, and we'll create a stop market order, which will sell if it comes down a little bit further. And that'll give me 3 legs of a position. So within just a few seconds here, I've been able to assemble 3 different orders, all 3 with their own bracket positions connected. and I'm waiting to see if price comes up or down and continues in my direction, allowing me to very quickly manage my risk and just ease into a position or dollar cost average into it, and wait for market to respond. But I don't need the connection with TradingView. And more importantly, because this is all connected to one subscription and strategy on TradersPost, I could do this across all my prop firm accounts at the same time. So I could have, let's say, 15 or 20 different prop firm accounts and be in and out of a position across all of them at the same time. And maybe even some of those subscriptions might have different quantities connected to them, where one gets in by one, another account likes to trade two at a time, another account trades five at a time, just depending on where the trailing drawdown is out. So I've got a lot of control here over how the positions are managed, but all of them trade pretty much the same way. Now, let's say I got into that second limit order there, and I'm not sure if this trade is going to continue in my favor. I don't want to add to my risk here with this trade down here. So why don't I just set a trailing stop from this point, and we'll trail by 10 points. So what I'm going to do here is change this to a trailing stop by 10 points. And what this is going to do is cancel all those open orders, and it's going to trail the price by, oops. It's going to trail the price by 10 points. Let me cancel these orders here. I don't know why they're taking so long. Let's cancel those open orders. All right, let's try this again. So we'll do a trailing stop by 10 points, and we'll exit flat here. And the reason those other orders didn't cancel is because I forgot to hit the cancel button here. So now what I have is a buy stop order for the two contracts that I open, and it has a trailing stop connected to it. If I'm wrong on this trade, then we get out right away. And again, this is fantastic for trading multiple accounts at the same time and being able to kind of manage the position on the fly without setting lines on the charts or alerts on the charts from TradingView. These requests are going straight from my computer off to TradersPost. And if you can see in the webhook request log history here, just in these last few requests here, the time it takes to get from my computer to TradersPost, less than 200 milliseconds, 96 milliseconds here, 134 milliseconds here. So the speed of execution is incredibly important for lots of traders. Being able to cancel, being able to change their mind about a position. Maybe they see that things are going in the wrong direction. Maybe in my case, I'm not quite sure if this is really going to hit my stop. Maybe I just want to exit half of my position right now. So I hit the exit 1/2, and now I've gotten out by one contract. And that could be scaled across all of my other accounts as well, where maybe some are in by 6 contracts and it only sells 3. Maybe some are in by 2 and it only sells 1. So the ability for you to take the trading instructions and apply it to multiple accounts is part of what the power of what TradersPost does. But now we've got it all wrapped up into one, sort of old school professional keypad here. It was very inspired by the old Bloomberg terminals and the old Bloomberg broker and commodities trading panels that used to exist out in the 90s. So this also includes hotkeys and some function keys as well. I can add to my position, I can cancel, and we've got extra order types that are coming down the road as well. But for now, this is pretty much the complete power of TradersPost. Trailing stop entries, stop limit orders, stop market orders, limit orders, market orders, take profits, stop losses, trailing stop losses, the ability to cancel open orders, flatten the position entirely. Let's say I want to get out right now. I'll just go ahead and hit exit flat, and now I'm done out of that position. So it just gives discretionary traders a lot more control over managing their positions on the fly in real time across multiple prop firm accounts, or even just a single account, just depending on how you like to trade. And if you're not a huge fan of TradingView and you prefer to do all of this from Tradovate, it doesn't matter. The portability of Command Pad is obvious. I can use this anywhere I'm at, any open tab. If I like barchart.com or Robinhood's interface, I can trade from basically anywhere and execute my orders out directly to TradersPost, where I know it's going to catch the trade and trade in the correct broker accounts at any point in time.
So this isn't a standalone app, right? It connects to your TradersPost account.
Well, it is standalone in the sense that what you're doing is you could have all these windows closed, for example. I could just have the TradersPost dashboard open. And what I've done here in my settings is I've defined my webhook URL to TradersPost, and all of the buttons and all of the instructions of what should happen when I hit these buttons. But I don't necessarily have to have Tradovate or TradingView open. Let's say I'm on my phone and I just want to execute the trade here from the Chrome extension. I can do that. I can just go ahead and send the sell button here, and that's going to send the signal to my Tradovate account to sell an open contract.
Oh, I never thought about that. So I could be on my phone and then I have it there on my computer. Oh my goodness.
You could, or you could connect it to what we're working on internally is just an experiment to connect this to a stream deck as well. So I have all my execution buttons here. And even if I don't have the charts open on my desktop, I can still send the signals off to TradersPost. So now I can, let's go ahead and exit that last position here. I'll get out. And if I go back to my dashboard for this demo, you can see I have no positions open. That sell was here, and now the exit is here, and I'm out of that position.
And does this make it, I don't know, easier in some way to like have a record of your trades or things like that? Is there any kind of like data advantage?
Yeah. So the way I'm using it is I like to qualify my trades before I get into them. So there is this concept that I've built into this that gives you the ability to define your entry and exit criteria. And the thinking behind this is you can create a bunch of rules that are added to the LCD screen where before I can even get into a long, let's say on any of my multiple ways of entry models, I could first each time I take a trade, this criteria resets. But first, I have to define like what's the ATR at? Which leg of the trade am I going in? Is VWAP above or below, or is the price above or below VWAP? Have we closed above VWAP? Why this trade? What's the setup score? Now that might feel like a lot of work to do, but for me as a day trader, I like to catch my trades. I don't want to chase my trades. So if I'm catching my trades, I have plenty of time to fill out this form and make sure that I've really qualified my trades before I take them. It's not about chasing after trades and getting in willy nilly. It's about really defining the criteria of what makes a good setup. So I can kind of see it in advance. I know what the setup should look like. I know where price needs to arrive. And I can set up the criteria and then maybe even set a limit order that if it comes down to the price I want at 25,000, then that's going to be the reason that I got into that trade. And over time, because you're sending this through Traders Post and we're constantly evolving our analytics system, you can go to your strategy. Let's say in my case, the VWAP bounce strategy. I can look at my signals and I'll be able to search the history of my trades that had this criteria included in them. Like of all of my winners, what was the typical setup score that I defined? Were we confirmed above VWAP or was it breached? And I can start to connect the entry criteria to the history of my trades. We're going to be incorporating that at some point as well. And the other thing I do is I have exit criteria where I don't want to get out of a trade unless one of these break reasons applies, like a regression trend break, or broke the AEMA, or support and resistance arrived, or we saw a volatility event. And only in those environments will I allow myself to exit the position. But if you prefer to just be able to get in and out very quickly without any rules, you can of course remove all the entry and exit criteria and get in and out however you like.
It's so cool. It looks so great. One more thing. I see that button there. I've heard in a few of your interviews with alphas with other traders, people talking about how valuable that lockout feature is. And I see there's a lock there.
For sure. So this is a big one. You know, let's say you spend the morning trading, you've had some wins, you've had some losses, and I've heard from so many people that really appreciate these types of features because we're all looking out for the future version of ourselves. If we're in a good spot, I don't want to put myself at risk of being addicted to trading or being addicted to prediction or chasing after the next trade because maybe I'm down for the day and I end up in a worse position when I chase those trades. If the best thing to do is lock out, give yourself a breather and come back tomorrow. So I built this into the pad where you can actually define how long you want to lock out for, how many hours, how many minutes. And just to give you a quick demo, I'll go ahead and lock out for 1 minute. And boom, there you go. You have a lockout here that will prevent me from clicking any of these buttons. I can't get into positions anymore. The only thing I can do is exit my positions. And that's it. I have to wait for the timer to complete before we're able to come back.
I like those little kind of mantras. Protect capital, protect yourself.
That's right. It's sometimes, I mean, it seems silly, but we have to kind of remind ourselves to stay in that upper mind zone so that we don't let the lizard brain take over and start trading again for no reason.
That's fantastic. Well, really cool. So, one of the reasons we're showing this is we're asking for beta testers, right? So if you're out there, you're looking at this and this seems like something cool, you want to give it a try, you can reach out to us, contact us. The way to do that is to send us an email at support@traderspost.io. That's support@traderspost.io. And you could be one of these beta testers, have a cool, fancy Traders Post command pad, and be part of the cool kids. I mean, don't you want to be part of the cool kids? Isn't that what you want?
I know for me, I just wanted a faster way to get in and out of positions and to be able to assemble better order types as well. It was getting really difficult to do that with alerts on TradingView, and I wanted a quick way to define my take profit or my stop loss. Maybe I want a 50-point take and a 25-point stop. Maybe I want it to be a trailing stop instead of a standard stop loss. Maybe I want a stop market order, and all of this gives me a much quicker way to restart, start over, qualify my trades, manage the positions, set a trailing stop, cancel the open orders. And I cannot wait to introduce some of our new execution features we're going to be coming out with in the coming months, where we'll be able to help you automatically set a break even stop, cancel just your take profit orders or your stop loss orders or both. For example, maybe you have a trailing stop that you started with and a take profit, but you can see momentum is carrying in your direction. Why don't we take that take profit off and just let the stop loss continue? We'll let this trade ride as long as possible. Well, so that we'd have that ability now where I could set an order type to say just cancel the take profit orders, but not the stop loss. And you can turn that into a key here. So any action, any rule, any setup type you want to set up in here, the buttons are fully configurable. I was joking with a friend, maybe you only want a buy button, and you just every time you see Bitcoin's price come down, you hit the buy button here. You could do that as well if you want to. So the thinking here is we want it to be fully customizable, available for all of your strategies. You put in your webhook URL, and we'll give you some templates to work from as well, so that you have a quick way to set up your own keypad for your own style of trading. You can set up your own function URLs. For me, I like to have my TradingView chart available, my Tradovate window open. I can go straight to my strategy. I can go right to my signal history, and it's all easily, assignable. These are all assignable function buttons. And then that allows me to quickly navigate through my strategy as I'm trading as well.
We call Traders Post an advanced trade execution engine, and you introduce Traders Post to people, and they're like, "Oh, it's a automated trading bot thing. It's a copy trader," and it's like you can do so much with
So
Traders
many
Post.
things.
It
Yeah.
really is advanced, and the hard sell was to get people to like go into the tool and to navigate it. This here, it's like the cherry on top. You can make it as simple as you want. You can make it as complex as you want. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can execute with this thing.
That's right.
Come out there and give it a try. If you folks like this type of stuff, hang on. Let me just remove the echo I hear in the background. I just didn't want to do it while you were talking. There we go. If you want to give this a try, support@traderspost.io. Send us a message. We're looking for beta testers, and change your life. Change your screen, change your life. I'm coming up with taglines on the spot. That one's not a gold one, but yeah, it's still pretty
It's not
good.
bad. It's not bad. I'll take it.
If you like this kind of stuff, remember to like the video. If we don't get enough likes, this command pad will self-destruct. It's just how YouTube
We just won't
works.
make it available for you guys. No, I'm kidding. What we can also say is that one of my favorite things about having helped found this company is we are traders ourselves. We're in here day in and day out. I built this tool because I know what it's like to be a trader, and I want these tools to work really, really well for our customers. So we're dedicated to making things that function well, that are fast, that do the things you need them to do, so you can manage your positions, especially across multiple accounts. So we'd love some beta testers. Give us an email, support@traderspost.io. Let us know if you want to try this out. Test it out with your own strategies, test it out with your own buttons. You can even you ask for us to make the buttons and everything for you, so that when we give it to you, it's all pre-configured and ready to go. And what we'd love is just to know how well it worked for you, and whether it's made your trading easier, especially with prop firm trading. The main purpose of this is to help out our discretionary traders, most of which are doing prop firm trading across multiple accounts. So this is a very nice way to manage your risk across multiple accounts at the same time.
I encourage everybody who's watching to take part. If you see these tools, these things being built, you can help shape them with your input. So don't be a passive. I was going to say passive investor in TradersPost. Be active. Trade. Get in on this and
Be a
become a
trader.
beta tester.
Be
Be
a
a trader.
trader when it comes to our beta tests.
100%. All right. We've got some questions coming up here. If you have any questions about TradersPost, or maybe you have questions about the command pad, you can write them in the chat. We'll answer them. But first, let's hear a word from our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by BluSky. If you're looking for a prop firm built for real traders and that's automation friendly, meet BluSky. And when you pair it with TradersPost, it just clicks. BluSky is a best-in-class prop firm with same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. They also offer launch plans starting at $49. And if you're a first-time subscriber, use coupon code WELCOME26 to get 50% off your launch plan. Get funded with BluSky, execute with TradersPost. Sign up today at blusky.pro, that's BLUSKY.pro, and plug in your edge. Trading involves risk. Use proper risk management. All right, we've got some questions coming up. We've got a handful of questions here, 7 or so. Let's start off with our first one from Lance, who asks, I'm connecting my Webull account and I can only seem to connect my margin account and not my futures account. Why is that?
Hang on just a sec. So, sorry guys, I lost the window. Webull account, and I can only seem to connect my margin account and not my futures account. Our launch with Webull only supports stocks and options at the moment. We won't have support yet for futures until the API is made available for futures.
All right. Thank you for that question, Lance. Next up, White asks, why can't I subscribe my paper or live interactive brokers account to my strategies?
I will assume that this is likely a trial account, in which case you have to be in an upgraded account before you can gain access to that feature.
The context Tom provided was user strategy were for options, so not available in IB.
Yeah, my second thought was that it was an asset class problem where the broker you're trying to connect to the strategy is in the wrong asset class.
Jesse asks, I'd like to simply use buy and sell signals via webhook to automatically place trades on Tradovate, but use my automated trading module settings. Is that possible?
Not really, but with the command pad, if you're a discretionary trader, you could have lots of different types of command pad pre-configured buttons with different ATMs ready to go. It's not going to be the same. You're not connecting to the ATMs on Tradovate. You have to recreate the button to follow similar ATMs. So for example, maybe I want a button that always has a 30-point take and a 15-point stop. I can make a 30-15 button that tells me this is going to have a 30-point take and a 15-point stop. And I could have it be for the buy side or the sell side for futures. So those two buttons are now available for me to go short at any time, and it'll automatically include that bracket order. It depends on the nature of your ATMs. I know some order types aren't available through the broker API, but we cover the vast majority of the most common ones. So we don't currently have specific access to the ATMs that are pre-configured on Tradovate, though.
I want to ask if the starter plan versus the higher plans have a difference in how fast the trades are processed and handled, Roland asks.
Everyone is treated the same at the moment for all incoming webhooks. We have an extremely fast webhook service worker system across multiple services or servers across multiple locations. And there's no current way to really designate that a higher paid plan should receive any kind of deference or priority, because that would require additional processing time to look up the account, determine what their plan is, and then decide that it should go to a different set of workers for some reason. So it's first in, first out is the way the nature of our incoming system, and all incoming signals are treated the same. Process as fast as possible.
And it's fast and getting faster. So really, really
For
cool.
sure.
All right. We've got a question here. Good afternoon. I just have two questions. Number one, when a new signal is placed, the previous limit order, if filled, will not exit until the new limit order is filled. But sometimes the new signal will not have filled limit order because bid ask did not approach my new signal price, meaning I'm still in the previous limit order position. Is there a feature where all trades are canceled, filled, unfilled, immediately upon the next signal, not the next filled limit order?
Okay. I think I understand the nature of the question, and the answer is no, not at the moment. You would have to at some point cancel the open orders if they didn't get filled for whatever reason. The only other thing that you can make available, of course, then the default behavior of incoming orders is that if you do have an open order that hasn't been filled and you send another signal, and you don't have the property cancel false included with that, then it would cancel those open orders and set a new limit order, which would be the next one that you would fill. So you have to be careful about the cancellation logic, but you can use that cancel property to decide when you shouldn't cancel the open orders.
Interesting. Yeah, I actually was wondering the same thing. Next question. This is a second question from Faith. When I am trading bonds, if the limits don't place in a certain time frame, they are labeled failed. The bond markets are very slow and require more time to fill the limit. Is this a broker issue or a feature that I can enable?
I'm a little confused on this one. We don't actually support the bond asset class on TradersPost. So I would have to understand the context of this ticket a little bit closer if they're referring to an instrument that has access to the bond market, perhaps. Like there are ETFs, some very illiquid ETFs that have exposure to the bond market, but really it's the asset class you're trading there is an exchange traded fund. It operates like a stock. So I need to understand this one a little bit better. But if the limits don't place in a certain amount of time, they are labeled failed, depending on your settings in your subscription. We have a feature in these subscription settings that will allow you to place a timer on that, and that could be connected. This one, I think Peter needs to be investigated a little bit more closely. We need a little more context on the actual trade, what the instrument was, and how long it was sitting there open for before it was considered failed. The only other thing I can think of is that the order was open for long enough and it reached the end of the market, and the order type was set. The time in force was set to cancel at the end of the day session.
Awesome. Just before we get to our last question, I can see in the chat, Ventura Trader says he made it. Hi, Ventura Trader. Hi, Trey. Good to see you. Samantha Barley, good to see you as well. Jay Junk is asking, where do we post questions? Well, if you have a question
You
during
just
the
did
live,
it. You did it. He
did it
successfully
here.
did it.
You can post your questions in the live stream. Otherwise, you can use the on the Traders Post platform. There's a little bubble at the bottom. You can put your support question there. Tom will go and find those questions as well. So multiple ways for you to submit your questions. If you've got one, you've got a little time before the stream is done.
Yep. Otherwise, you can always hit us up at support@traderspost.io and let us know if you want this to be an office hours question.
I do want to let everyone know, just before the last question here, that there's a ton going on the Traders Post YouTube channel. So Mike and Tom, they trade the open 9:30 a.m. to around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday to Friday. They use Traders Post. They trade prop firm accounts. So interact with them there. If you're trading, you can trade alongside them. If you have questions, you can ask them questions during that time. We also have Blueprint, which takes place on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, no, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's where Tom, the great Tom Hartman, he codes live, builds indicators, strategies, utilities for you to be able to use. All those utilities and strategies and indicators are available on the Traders Post dashboard, even for free accounts. So you go into your dashboard, you click on account and then indicators, and you can get access to all the indicators there. And then on Friday, we have our aftermarket commentary show. Tom and I, we sit down, we talk about the trades of the week, we talk about what's going on in the markets, different news items. In case you didn't know, Mike does a interview series called Alphas, where he interviews traders. I want to say successful traders. I mean, I don't know if I should brand it that way, but they're definitely better than me.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
they're all successful.
They're all successful, and so you can hear some people ask us about strategies and what they should do. Well, we don't provide that information, but you can hear what these successful traders have done. Great interview series. We have another one that is coming out tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So like and subscribe. The whole point of that is for you to like and subscribe. All right, last question here. This is from Dustin. A conflicting signal came in that canceled my pending order. What setting controls this and how can I disable it?
Yeah, this is the cancel property that I mentioned earlier. You can use the cancel false property, which would not cancel any open orders if another signal comes in. I use this quite a bit where if I want to have several limit orders open with take profits set up on both sides. When I go to add the second order, I want to make sure cancel is false. That way it doesn't cancel the open orders of the first trade that I entered. So yeah, just take a look at the cancel property and send over cancel false, and we won't cancel your open orders when you send another signal.
Fantastic. That's it for us, folks. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for giving us your attention here today. Really appreciate it. If you like that command pad, remember, you can be a beta tester. Send your request in at support@traderspost.io, and you can participate with that. That's a lot of fun. It's really cool. I'm going to be using it very soon. Also, I mean, once I get the zip file, I'm going to install that so quick. I'll install that quicker than ClodBot or whatever it's called now. Very excited about it. All right. That's it for us. And as always, happy trading.
Cheers, everybody.